Madison is on the air.
Do you love old-time radio?
Yes!
Do you know absolutely nothing about old-time radio?
Also yes.
Then Madison on the Air is for you. Follow Madison, a modern-day makeup influencer, as she zaps back into the golden age of radio. Every episode is standalone with a wide variety of genres to choose from, like Detective Noire,
You put the dick in private dick.
superheroes,
So I am in the body of the Green Hornet.
westerns,
Saloon fight!
Now this is a Western.
sci-fi,
Dude, the Martian's got a freaking heat ray!
plus classic characters.
Toto! Oh, I gotta get that dog into an obedience class.
Really digging Dracula's OG goth style. What if I killed freaking Sherlock Holmes?
And many more. Actual old-time radio scripts adapted.
It's like if the MST3K riff tracks guys were in the movies they riff.
Start at the beginning or jump around to any title that grabs you. New episodes premiere the first of every month.
Find us wherever you get your podcasts.
Presenting Canary P.I. in The Secret on Langston Hill, a Henry production. Wife giving you a hard time? Neighbors pooch barking all night? Well, listen to this. With Elroy's earplugs, you too can enjoy the sweet silence of death without pushing up daisies. Now made with bona fide fortified cork. I am surrounded by the stench of decaying asphalt and petty larceny. Sometimes I wonder why I don't pack up shop and get the hell out. Somewhere where the gutters aren't overflowing, with tramps and the sick of immoral. Where the biggest crime of the day is little Jimmy Roberts swiping a pie from a windowsill. Somewhere where everybody knows your name, but they greet you with a handshake and a pat in the back. I can only do so much to clean up this town, but I'll do my best to put a dent in it as long as it puts a couple bucks in my pocket. Speaking of sick, I ain't been feeling too hot lately. Got the doc headed over with his bag of tonics and a bit of powders. What's more bad news?
Hello.
It's Canary. Listen, I got a visit from old Sawbone Sal. Sit down because I have some very alarming news.
Don't tell me. Did you have a heart attack?
All those late nights and corned beef sandwiches, I warned you.
I got a case of the grip. Doc says it's just a cold, but what the hell does he know?
Oh, is that all?
Is that all? You sound awful too. I bet you got it.
I'm not sick.
Go down to Leo's and have them deliver a bucket of chicken soup so I can dunk my head in.
You'll be leaving a lot of clams on the table, and I ain't talking shellfish.
Doctor's orders. That could be on my deathbed here. And please don't mention seafood at a time like this. Ugh. Say, I know you hung up your magnifying glass, but your P.I. license is still good, ain't it? If something comes in, why don't you take it and, we'll split the profits. 50-50.
Nice try. How about 100 me plus my hourly? Wait, Canary, no. That's off the table. I left that behind years ago.
It was just an idea. Tell any clients that Canary's on sabbatical. I don't care. I gotta go. There's bugs at Duesenberg.
The name's Josephine Woodward, but people around these parts call me Jo. While other girls were getting married and having babies right out of high school, I was getting my bachelor's degree in criminal science. There was only one other woman in a class of 150, but she ended up dropping out after a week. I wanted to work in the private sector, be my own boss. So I studied to be a P.I. Passed with flying colors. Easy as Jello. Only my idealist views didn't hold up in the real world, which has a way of beating you down, keeping you in a place that makes the people in charge comfortable, even if you're more qualified. So here I am, a secretary. I ended up taking the easy paycheck and a simpler life. A life that's more befitting of a lady. Canary's okay, though. Crotchety, but almost charming in a way. Not much to complain about. The pay is competitive and the check's clear. You know what's ironic? In high school, my guidance counselor said I'd be well suited for office administration work. After I completely shut that down, she handed me a pamphlet on being a homemaker. I crumpled it up in my reddening fist. She braced like I was gonna hit her. But all I did was throw it in the garbage can. Knocking her block off would have felt good, but it wouldn't have been justice. The best way to get back at her and everybody else was to prove them wrong. I had bigger dreams. But you can't stay asleep forever. Just maybe. At least for today. I'm more than a secretary. Canary Investigations and Consulting, you got the checks, we'll solve your vex. If you can't tell me over the phone, maybe you should talk to the police. That'll be fine. Office is open until 5 p.m.
In walked a fellow, in khakis and a pressed white
Hey,
shirt.
get out of the narrations. This is my episode. In walked a fellow in khakis and a pressed white shirt, wearing a dirty hat out of an Alan Quartermain story. His distorted eyes through his Coke bottle glasses looked quizzically around the room.
Good day. I'm Dr. Langston Hill. I'm a professor at the university. Is Mr. Canary in?
He's taking some time off, having some trouble in the backside region. He's got a bad case of the piles.
Oh my.
Name's Joe. Why don't you take a seat and tell me what vexes you? Gross. I sound like Canary.
They're building a new highway up north. It's gonna revolutionize travel. While blasting through a large mountainous region, they uncovered some strange artifacts.
Dusty bowls and arrowheads. You can pick 'em up at any swap meet.
Not quite. We found desiccated remains in a region that is otherwise inhospitable to such fine preservation. They're old. Really, really old. They look Egyptian, but that doesn't make any sense.
Okay, you got my attention.
We unearthed a tomb. It was taken that very night. Whoever took it smashed it open and made off with its contents. That doesn't make sense either. It's much more valuable complete.
Some hungry coyote ran off with it. Case closed.
We have men who keep watch. We have generators, lights, tripwire alarms. No one saw anything. Nothing was triggered. I'm mostly interested in the historical value of these items. They can be priceless to the right or wrong people. They'll be displayed in some private collection and never be seen by the public again. History belongs to the people. It would be a great disservice if it wasn't brought back and studied. I guess this is all for naught since Canary is indisposed, as you say.
Mister, I am licensed and bonded to be a private investigator. Do you need to see my paperwork?
With those stockings and heels, you look more suited for a cheesecake calendar.
My attire has nothing to do with my abilities.
There isn't enough time. I need to gather some supplies and head back to the site while I'm in town. You'll have to do. Take this train ticket and meet me tonight. Get yourself a pair of boots. Add it to the bill.
You got yourself a P.I. Am I really gonna go after a grave robber bandit? Maybe I'm not the person I used to be. I've gotten soft sitting behind this desk. But isn't this what you daydream about? One last hurrah for the old you, and you leave it all behind. No regrets. Don't blow this, Joe. Train stations are so romantic. Clandestine adventures in the air. When I was younger, I used to come here and make up all kinds of stories in my head. See those two? Long-separated lovers primed for the illicit. That nervous guy? Pulled off the jewel heist of the century, and he's almost scot-free. That pretty lady in the nice dress? On her way to Hollywood to become the next Greta Garbo. I felt a tap on my shoulder and turned to see an out-of-breath Professor Hill pulling a large wooden trunk.
It's a miracle I made it on time dragging all these materials. No time to waste.
What's in the trunk?
Some tools for the dig site, stacks of mail, some bottles of liquid morale. Some of us have been excavating for weeks now, cut off from family and certain creature comforts.
Before we get to the site, level with me. Any idea who took the stiff?
Miss Woodward.
Joe.
Joe. These are all good, intelligent, loyal men. I've known some of them since college. Every person was handpicked with great scrutiny.
Even the most true blue can give in to temptation. Private collector with a suitcase full of greenbacks? That can change a person's disposition.
I can't accept that. There has to be another answer.
Any complaints from angry townies from blowing up their mountain?
It's a completely undeveloped territory. Until now. Unless Tarzan is in those woods, there's no one in a 150-mile radius.
Is it really that remote?
You'll see for yourself. We'll have a jeep there waiting for us. Army surplus. I suggest you try and get some sleep.
He placed a salt-stained fedora over his face and sunk into the seat. The cityscape whizzed by us in a brackish blur of lights and dilapidated buildings. In about an hour, all there'll be is trees and the harrowing moonlight, lighting the way to see what awaits you in the wood. You wanted adventure? You got it, kid.
Time to wake up.
I wiped the drool off the corner of my mouth. We were the only people getting off at the stop.
I may not be as spry as I used to be, but I can still handle a jeep.
We had the luxury of pavement for only about a mile. Hours had passed. I was beginning to worry we were lost. You sure we're going in the right direction? You haven't even looked at a map.
We're here.
It was a small town of earth-tone tents. Poles jutted into the sky with lights and speaker cones affixed. Generators whirling away, spewing a smattering of acrid smoke into the sky.
Everybody, the professor's back. Say, who's the dame? Never mind. We need to have a meeting.
She's going to help us relocate our missing friend.
We tried to radio out to you, but we blew the tubes.
This involves you two now.
Professor Hill held the flap open to an olive green tent and waved me in.
Okay, Professor. We found more.
More of what, exactly?
6 more sarcophagi. They were buried in a circle, and the surrounding sedimentary rock was very soft. We were able to excavate it while you were gone.
Remarkable. Do you know how many grants I'll be approved for after this find? This is a boon for science.
Right. Show them what else we found.
A dirty burlap sack was presented, resting in cupped hands.
They were buried in a ring. This was in the center, on a crude stone altar.
He uncovered a crystal ball that had a cloudy baby blue streak going through it, like a giant cat's eye marble we used to play with at recess.
Do you understand how skillful a lapidary has to be to carve such a thing with primitive tools? Remarkable.
After the professor was done inspecting the strange orb, he absent-mindedly handed it to me. There was a seam in the center where it could be turned. How is this even held together? There were shallow dimples in the top and bottom that made it easy to grip. It was kind of warm. Almost felt like it vibrated if you held it still long enough.
I think we should ask the dame to step out so we can, talk further.
She is on the level.
Okay. It glows, Professor. We checked it with the Geiger counter. It's not nuclear. It's some kind of homing device.
How is this possible? A marvel of craftsmanship, but it just seems like run-of-the-mill quartz with some impurities.
We found a second dig site, Professor.
I'm gone for not even 2 days, and you find the biggest discovery since the Bendigo meteorite. Remarkable.
We dug where it glowed the brightest, way up on the mountain. Due to the terrain, it'll take weeks to fully excavate.
Take me to the site.
Hiking up the mountain, they kept glancing at the crystal ball. It slowly grew with luminescence. I'm really glad I didn't skimp on the boots, or I'd have corn so big I'd be running a concession stand. There was a tarp staked to the ground, the center pushed up from within.
Okay, brace yourself, Professor.
A crescent moon of shiny metal was peeking out of the earth, untarnished and smooth.
Radio silence until we've unearthed this.
Affirmative.
Have you gotten a chip of this material for analysis?
No, none of our tools could put a scratch on it. Even the diamond saw.
Remarkable.
Doc, I'm gonna have to conduct some interviews here if—
Too much to deal with right now. You'll be paid and taken to the train station tomorrow morning.
And just like that, my last big adventure was over before it barely started. What a fistful of bunk! Maybe it's for the best. At least I got to ride on the choo-choo. Swell. My sleeping arrangements were less than good. They gave me a cot that was more medieval torture device than bed, a sooty lantern, and a small shovel for, you know.
Someone help! The professor's in trouble!
I grabbed my .22 and cranked the hammer back.
Yes, I know. Why did you come back? For me? Why me? I can't do that. No, I will not do that.
There stood Professor Hill, having an imaginary conversation with one of their buried treasures. It stood 4 feet tall, its head round and bulbous. It somehow stood upright with no visible bracing.
The Pachacuti? You mean the crystal relic? That's what they used to call it. You've told me about this long ago, haven't you? I remember now. It's okay, everyone. This isn't first contact. They chose me because only the truly gifted have the capacity to understand. We have so much to learn.
To say this scene was strange would be putting it lightly. And baby, I've spent summers in Canarsie.
Stand aside, everyone, and watch closely.
He pulled the crystal orb from its sack. It glowed brightest now. He began to turn and tilt it, its center appearing liquid, morphing in and out of all colors of the rainbow. His movements were deliberate, almost robotic. The crescent metallic shape began creaking and cracking out of its rockin' prison. Slowly, it began rising out of the earth, revealing a giant symbol etched into the metal that made me feel dizzy looking straight at it. Without any doubt, I can tell you this. It was circular and big. I thought it was never gonna stop, but the widest part emerged and it began to take shape. It released from the rocky debris and turned belly side down. It was saucer-shaped, and it was levitating. As he fell and dropped the orb, the hovering saucer fell in unison.
They visited me before. I've already learned so much. If only I can remember it all. They're helping. They're helping me remember.
He ripped his shirt open to reveal the same symbol that was on the craft, scarred into his flesh. Squiggly lines and shapes that seemed to be still but moving at the same time. Like it was born from another dimension we're not able to perceive. His stomach muscles began seizing tight and pushing outward in unnatural ways.
I'm ready to learn the secrets of the universe. I'm ready to be reborn as the link between our past selves and the future.
Spotlights from within the surrounding forest shot on one by one, encircling us. From a loudspeaker came,
"This area is now under the jurisdiction of the U.S. government. Follow my voice and walk away from Professor Hill."
men in black. Never got any explanation. I was held for 8 hours, and they let me go.
You mean to tell me you took a job involving a mummy heist? A pregnant man who speaks to dead time-traveling aliens, who flew a flying saucer out of the ground with some gag crystal ball from a 2-bit magic shop?
That's exactly what I'm telling you, Canary.
That's it. I'm calling the funny farm, and I mean it this time. I'm out sick for 3 days and you'll lose your damn mind. Did the check clear?
Sure did.
I suppose you'll be quitting now, to be a PI again?
Nah.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah, Canary?
Why do all my clients think I have hemorrhoids?
Voice acted by, in order of appearance, J. Henry as Canary P.I. Tina Marie Serra as Josephine Woodward. Kiko Saccone as Langston Hill. Julienne Guilas as Researcher Number 1. Written, directed, and edited by J. Henry. Music by Kevin MacLeod. Pedro Esparza. Reach us at rpcanarypi.carrd.co. This concludes the broadcast.